So have emotional control, be able to recognize what emotions you actually want to see. What's up? This is a requested video. We're going to be talking about how to get rid of subliminal results that you don't want or you don't like, and how to do that really, really quickly, painlessly, so that there's no stress and you don't have to feel like you're stuck with some type of subliminal result that you possibly don't want and you possibly really don't like on yourself. And I wanted to do this video because there are people out there who do get subliminal results that they actually end up hating and just being really, really upset over, and maybe the result just wasn't exactly what they were looking for, or maybe they used a bad subliminal in which they got something different. But either way, they got something that they weren't expecting, and that's how it happened, and they want to go back. They want to, either for cosmetic reason, they have a cosmetic or physical subliminal result, or they have manifested something else, that maybe they manifested a job, maybe they manifested a new car, maybe they manifested a different way of speaking or something, and it's just like they really don't like it on themselves and it's not what they expected. You're always able to get rid of a subliminal result no matter what. I know people kind of say, oh, like, is it permanent? And then they're like, oh, well, if my subliminal result's permanent, then how could I get rid of it? Well, that's a good point, but basically it's permanent for however long that you want it to be permanent. If you don't want it to be permanent forever, it doesn't have to be permanent forever. It's totally up to you, and the same way that you got that subliminal result is the same way that you're gonna get rid of that subliminal result. It's the same thing, and you use your subconscious mind in manifesting to remove the subliminal result from you. For example, I had greenish eyes. I was getting like hazel greenish eyes. And as you can see, my eyes are no longer hazel green. They are much more of their regular brown color. And that's because I decided that I did not like the green eyes on me. They didn't really suit my personality or who I felt that I was inside. And so I got rid of those results. I got rid of that. And I've also had certain things happen where, you know, I was doing a subliminal maybe for face shape or something else weird, and it just wasn't even needed, and it was just terrible, and I didn't like it. So I had to get rid of it. And I've done this multiple ways. The first time I ever got rid of a subliminal result, I used a flush to get rid of the subliminal, and that flush actually took away the result completely. And it happened overnight because I also set an intention that said, okay, I don't have that subliminal result anymore, I'm getting rid of it. And I intended, and I knew it was happening, that right now I didn't have that subliminal result right now. So I knew I was switching back to the old reality that I was in, and I was switching back, and I kept myself in that. Another thing is, some people can say to like a manifestation that they want the opposite of what they got. So maybe then you manifest the opposite because maybe it's a different manifestation that you actually want. And so you just keep going with manifesting, and you just keep going with what you were actually really intending. And that's fine, because we don't always know how something's going to be. Sometimes the grass looks greener on the other side, and sometimes we feel like this isn't exactly what we want or what we felt would make us happy. So the universe is bending to your will like that. It doesn't matter if you just got that result, you can instantly change that result just as fast. So here's a bit of encouragement. If you got a subliminal result and you want to change it back, then you know that you already got that subliminal result, so you know that you can just easily change it back. That's like saying, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can change my subliminal result, when you're the one who manifested it in the first place. So it's like you already have the power, girl. Like, you already did it. It would be one thing if you had never manifested anything before and you had no idea what you were doing, but just knowing that you already had that, you already had the power to get that result, that gives you more confidence and more intention and power to understand that you can get that result to go away just as easily as you manifested that result into your life in the first place. Okay, so also the fact of the matter is, If you use visualization is also really key. So when I was wanting my brown eyes back, it really just the fact that I even wanted my brown eyes back without me doing anything, because my subconscious is set up in a way that it listens to me, and that's because I speak to my subconscious daily and I tell my subconscious, what to do, and I've kind of unlocked my subconscious, which you can do as well. The more that you speak to program your subconscious, the more you're actually going to start hearing the subtle ways in which the subconscious speaks to you. And this can be called intuition sometimes too, or like your higher self or your higher sense, and that is also in direct correlation with your subconscious. So just because I was like, I don't want this anymore, my body was already working on getting it back, getting the DNA to reflect back on my old brown eye. People just do this without knowing it. They might say, okay, I don't want this result. It goes back to the way it was because you're just saying that you don't want it, and you're just putting it back as you don't want it. Don't get really over frustrated if you don't see your old result coming back. It can take time, just like it took time for you to manifest. But always remember that it did happen instantly, and keep it in the present tense so that you keep it in the present tense of reality, so that it's already happening now and that you're not waiting like a few days down the line to get whatever result. Like, it already is happening now. Another thing is remove all that old energy of you knowing that you had that old result. So the reality where you lived and had that old result, imagine that old energy balling up in a kind of like fog, and then imagine that fog drifting away from you, and imagine it just drifting out of your consciousness. And so all that old energy of you living in that vibration or whatever where you had that result, you're unaligning yourself from that vibration now, and you're aligning to a different thing. So make sure that you discard and remove some of that energy that can really help to get those results quickly. And the biggest thing is just please not stress out. So I know and understand how frustrating it can be if you got a manifestation and you don't like it. I know and understand this 100%, and I really feel the compassion with you guys and for you guys, which is why I made the video, because it can be frustrating, but that's why I want to give you the confidence, assurance that you can get it back to normal. But if I see people and they're messaging me or they're commenting at me and they're saying, Megan, like, I am so stressed out, oh my gosh, I hate my life, like, this is the worst result ever, I'm stressed, I don't know if I can do this. Yes, I understand you're gonna have those emotions possibly, but those emotions are gonna keep telling your subconscious mind that you are stressed and you're in this situation forever. So you need to put real emotions over that are like, I got over this, I changed it, I have my old result back, I have this back. Those new emotions of you're gonna feel more calm, and you replace those old emotions with those calm emotions. That is you shifting your energy and shifting your concentration, and that brings that result almost instantly, guys. I can't even explain how intense emotions are in our lives, like literally in our lives and our manifestations, in how we are, especially with women, especially the divine feminine, very ruled by emotion, and sometimes can get carried away. And because we are so emotional, we can have negative emotions, we don't even realize it, and those emotions are blocking certain things or just making it harder to get certain things done because of those emotions. So have emotional control, be able to recognize what emotions you actually want to see, and those are the emotions of happiness, or the emotions of just contentment, because you are in a reality that is content to you. And once you align with even one of those emotions, really literally everything else just falls into place. Every other thing, there's no need to get a pen and paper and like write down every little thing that you have to do, because contentment or a happy or higher vibrational emotion brings in the rest, and it will really like tie it up in a very precise bow when you are with your manifesting, because it is that energy that's going to be like a calling and a magnet for those realities and for those things that you desire, because our hearts are connected Also, to our emotions and our emotional field, your heart actually outputs an emotional field. So when you are stressed out, you're outputting stress. So stress, you're magnetizing. Think of this stress output as a little magnet. And then everything that is also magnetized as stress finds that magnet and pulls itself to you. Do you want that? Probably not. No. You want the emotions of contentment or happier emotions, or happier vibrations. You can look at the Hamlin chart that shows you how you spiral down sometimes into negative emotions, and that's a low vibration, or you spiral upwards into positive emotions, and that's a high vibration. Okay, so we don't let our emotions get the best of us, even when we feel them really deeply. We know and understand that our emotions aren't connected to us as people. We are not our fear or our anxiety. We are a spirit experiencing our fear and our anxiety in a temporary way that isn't tied to us. We don't have to be like that. There's no one forcing a gun to our heads. So having that emotional control is really powerful, and then you can really do anything once you have the emotion. We talked about how getting a result in the first place, sometimes if you feel the emotion of if you had the result. So for instance, when I was doing the green eyes, I was feeling how it would feel like to wake up one day and see my eyes as green. And I was keeping that. And anytime I thought about how badly I wanted green eyes, I didn't think about it like, how bad do I want these green eyes? I thought about it like, I already have these green eyes and I already feel really good, because I'm thinking about what it feels like to already have and wake up and see these green eyes. And I literally made my body feel, okay, these emotions, like these happiness or this shock and surprise, and going through that. And then I kept that with me. So that was part of it. Okay. For everything else, I think I've covered everything that I possibly could in this video. I hope that you guys really enjoyed it. If you want to see more, then subscribe to my channel. I talk about manifestations and spirituality on this channel all the time. And my name is Megan X Rose. Again, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you.